The effort to locate one individual, according to Whitman, requires taking measure of all the relationships he or she represents. If teased all the way out in space and all the way back in time, these relationships ultimately include everything whatsoever. Perhaps the American problem is not that our self-understanding as individuals is too expansive, but rather that it's too meager. Our sense of self usually stops at our skin, or maybe our clothes. Our sense of where we are often stops at the walls of our home, rather than at the edges of the universe. Walt Whitman is the poet of the big here. I am a cosmos. What I call my life emerges from everything being related to me in a unique and particular way. I am the twinkle of a star and the warmth of the sun. I am the curiosity of a scientist and the conviction of a poet. I am the crispness of lettuce and the tartness of lemon. I am the greed of fire and the force of gravity. I am the change of seasons and the calm of vespers. My relation to these things locate me and make me who I am. Of these I sing. Whitman reminds us, however, that as each of these tends inward to me, I tend outward to them. I make up at least part of the cosmos for everyone and everything else. Who or what they are depends on what I am for them. I can be a scowl of anger or a smile of encouragement. I can be empathetic or dismissive, extravagant or parsimonious. I can waste or conserve, build up or tear down. Just as the cosmos makes me, Whitman insists, I also make the cosmos. If I am a person, I live in the big here. What does it mean to be a citizen of the big here? It means I take personally the traumas and travails of the world around me. The death of Tyler Clementi is here with me. The loneliness of Tanaja is here with me. The increasingly delusional bigotry of Glenn Beck is here with me. The increasingly imperiled women of the southern Sudan are here with me. The increasingly polluted depths of the sea and the increasingly fragile shelter of the skies are here with me. The men and women who come to All Souls for sustenance at dinner on Monday and lunch on Friday are here with me. Our Girl Scouts and navigators in East Harlem are here with me. The children of the Booker T. Washington Learning Center are here with me, and so on. One of the reasons I cherish this congregation is our shared conviction that 80th Street and Lexington Avenue cross in the middle of everywhere. To be sure, you and I can't solve all the problems of the world, at least not all at once. But we can look around with a capacious sense of what is here and take something personally. Many of us already do. Our Interweave group at All Souls provides a haven within a haven for LGBTQ members and friends and their allies, especially for newcomers. Our outreach and advocacy efforts also live in the big here. Whether the issue is the persistence of hunger or the absence of education, the threat of nuclear weapons or the eclipse of civility, the rise of bigotry or the decline of hope. Our congregation has developed an array of programs to respond to these needs. Many of them are not as well funded or as well supported or as well staffed as they should be. For example, we have a pressing need for several people to take personally the needs of our Girl Scouts in East Harlem. If you can help, contact Sandra Fisher or contact me. Over the next several months, I will convene a conversation about how we can better focus our outreach and advocacy efforts. My vision is for All Souls and Heart and Soul to work more closely together, and perhaps in the not-too-distant future, bolster our efforts by jointly funding a director of outreach ministries. The big here at 80th and Lexington Avenue isn't only about the programs that extend beyond us, however. It's also about the people who gather among us. In the slow but inexorable march toward marriage equality in our nation, the most effective religious point of fulcrum has belonged to us as Unitarian Universalists in the form of a national UUA campaign under the banner Standing on the Side of Love. The architect and author of this campaign is a management consultant and business school professor named Helio Fred Garcia. Fred Garcia is a member of this congregation. The most effective advocate for LGBT rights as human rights at the United Nations has been the Unitarian Universalist United Nations Office, which has garnered surprising support from other faith traditions who see Unitarian Universalism as the vanguard on this issue. The executive director of the Unitarian Universalist United Nations Office, Bruce Knotts, and the president of their board of directors, Marilyn Mayer, are both members of All Souls. The most effective legal advocate for women's reproductive rights in our nation and increasingly around the world is a human rights organization called the Center for Reproductive Rights. The president of the Center for Reproductive Rights is Nancy Northup. Nancy is a member of All Souls and currently serves as president of our congregation. I could go on at some length, both about the programs that extend beyond us and the people who gather among us. But you get my point. It's a simple one. 80th Street and Lexington Avenue cross in the middle of everywhere. The travails and traumas of the world are here with us. We take them personally. We are citizens of the big here. Amen. I love you. May God bless us all.